You're going to keep going. Okay. Here we go. We got another gross sickle here. So far, we've gone through, I got a tuna fish sickle. Jaybird missed his was clam. He got a clam sickle. Which is all in his laptop now. Denny's, just a second ago, got a mayo sickle.
You got it, Denny's?
Close. It's wobbling.
Get it.
I love this. I have to wait for my impending death that's coming
Wait
up.
for your punishment. Okay, there you go.
Oh, that looks like a fudge sickle.
Stop it. That's not fat. That is not fat Kevin talking. That is smuggy Kevin talking.
It looks delicious, actually. Okay.
That's what's weird. It does look good.
It does look
It looks creamy.
It does. It looks like chocolate fudge of some sort.
Maybe you got a surprise here.
It's not fudge. Definitely not fudge.
All right, Jaybir's got to try to guess what his gross sickle is.
God, there's so many of them.
I know, there's a lot. Well, it's summertime. Okay, Jaybird taking a little bite there. Going through it.
Oh, my gosh. Is it gravy?
It's not gravy.
What is it?
It's a chicken liver sickle.
Oh!
Dunkin' is the official coffee of the KVJ Show. America runs on Dunkin'. The KVJ Show is now live on 97.9 WRMF.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Bee, so don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stacks. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Well, hello. Welcome to the KVJ Show. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Here we go.
Hello.
Yeah, what's up, y'all?
Happy Tuesday.
Yeah. Here we go. How did things go with your boy Rocco last night? Was there any conversations, Virginia, that happened after yesterday?
It continued to be awful yesterday.
Oh, boy.
He is, I don't know what little phase he is going through, but so his sister wanted to go to the mall. And I told her, okay, if you watch Rocco for a little bit and let me get a little bit of a nap, I'll take all of y'all to the mall. She wanted a new swimsuit because she got a pool party this weekend.
Oh, that's big stuff.
Big stuff. So I took her and her little girlfriend and Rocco all to the mall. And he cursed a couple of more times at the mall. He lost his cool.
Lord.
He lost his complete cool in Sephora.
Full-on meltdown?
Full-on meltdown because we wouldn't let him put on makeup. So here's his thing now. Anytime you tell him no, he just loses his cool.
Really?
And Chloe, Magnolia's little sweet girlfriend, scooped him up, and she was going to take him out of Sephora because he was just erratic.
Yeah.
So she scoops him up and brings him out into the hall, and he's kicking her and hitting her.
Oh, my goodness.
And now I'm in the middle of the mall yelling at him, "You don't hit a girl!"
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
It was so dramatic. He dropped more F-bombs.
Yeah.
He does this thing where he's mad at you because you won't let him put on eyeshadow in Sephora. So he balls his fist up and he goes, "Ugh!" and he shakes.
Oh, wow.
And it's horrifying. Yes, he's 3, but he's also horrifying.
Yes.
Imagine if adults always did that when they didn't get their way.
Dropping F-bombs. I actually have kind of seen that, actually.
I've seen it too.
It does actually happen, yeah. So they don't.
It was terrible.
Grow up.
So then, on top of being restricted from all sweets, treats, cookies, cakes, snacks, now he's on restriction from my electronics. I said, I will never give you my phone again. You're done.
Okay, let me ask you this. Did he have any treats yesterday whatsoever?
Not on my watch.
But do you know on other watches?
Every other watch was told he could not have treats. He was offered treats, and then it was cut off because people didn't know. He went to go play at a house, and they offered him treats, and he was like, yeah. And Magnolia was like, no, he can't have any.
Okay.
Another question. Is it just your electronics, or is it all electronics? It's got to be all.
Yeah, I think it's got to be all.
It's got to be all. After that meltdown, coupled with the other meltdown, it's got to be all electronics.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
He's like a Tasmanian devil.
Yeah. After that, it goes to straitjacket.
I mean, oh man.
Yeah.
Imagine seeing that ordeal go down in the mall.
Yeah.
But he flips on you real quick, too. So he'll have the temper tantrum. He'll be kicking and screaming and cursing.
Yeah.
And then, like when we were going to bed last night, he cuddled up next to me and goes, "I love you so much, Mommy. I love you with all my heart and soul."
Kids
I'm
aren't
like,
dumb.
I want to kill you.
Yeah, they're not dumb. I think at that age, what it is they're, this is just life. We all have things that we want to have happen. And so you're trying to figure out how to play other human beings. And so he's at that age where he's just trying to see what works. Is this temper tantrum going to work? Am I going to get my way? And then when it just doesn't, it'll be like, okay, that's not effective. And then, hopefully eventually he'll realize, okay, if I want to get the end result, this is the way to go about it.
But I think he's young enough to where he's not going to get if everybody doesn't give him electronics and he doesn't have anything, that's where he's going to understand it. But if it's just mommy's phone or mommy's this and that Max is giving him a computer, he's not going to get that. He's just going to go to other avenues to get his electronics.
It's got to be something he can feel.
He's got to feel the pain.
Max is on the same page as me. She couldn't believe what she saw yesterday.
Yeah.
And so she's ready to cut him off as well and be the enforcer as well. So
it's got to be all hands on deck. Yeah, nothing.
And again, I'm not trying to rat out anybody or come down with the heat, but if it's getting to that level where he's kicking and
we came home and I was bringing the mail into the house and he was playing around in the yard. Mm-hmm. I was still in my clothes that I wore to the mall, my dress and everything. He picked up the garden hose and sprayed me.
No, boy.
In my clothes.
Wow.
I mean...
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is a war at home.
Yeah, you know what?
It's me versus you.
It is, yeah. It's a battle of wills here is what we got.
You know what, Rock? I remember when Virginia did that to me at Sunfest. She sprayed me with a hose. It doesn't feel so good, does it, Virginia?
Yeah. Okay, well.
Looking for what's going on in South Florida? Sign up for our KVJ e-blast and stay connected.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you thinking about, Jay Bird?
So there is this road on the way to work, and it's not like it's kind of a side road, but it still has got pretty good traffic going on. It's the road right by me, right before you get onto Village, Kev. Mm-hmm. And about 2.5 to 3 weeks ago, the street lights go pitch black. You can't see anything down this road.
That's what happened on 95 this morning. The street lights were out completely in Olive Garden.
It is so dangerous of a road. You got to put on your brights, but when you put on your brights, the traffic coming the other way, they're flashing you back because now you're blinding them, and you really cannot see anything. It's very tough to see out there, extraordinarily dark. So my question is, did the city forget to pay the bill?
Why does that happen, Kev?
We're going 3 weeks now. I know I'm not the only one complaining about this because it's that dangerous. How come it takes so long to put lights on?
I don't know. I actually was having a conversation with my mom yesterday about this because I've had this traffic circle that they put in, and about 4 or 5 weeks ago, they dug up the traffic circle and started putting something in. We're making great progress, and then for the last 3 weeks, there's not been one person by it. And I'm like, why does it seem like construction does this thing where they tear up a big part of road or something breaks down and then nothing gets attended to?
Like they leave it.
And my mom was telling me that in Germany, they only will block off a small section of road, repair it, and then kind of keep moving on. I'm like, that seems sensible. I don't understand why in America we go and tear something up and then no one even pays attention to it for weeks or months.
Well, I obviously don't know anything about lights. I don't know the light world, but to me, as an outsider looking in, it just it feels like you could just flip a switch on and the lights should go back on.
Well, it would seem to me, too, that there would be some kind of alert system. I don't know if it'd be whomever is running the power, the city grid or something like that would say, hey, we've got a bulb out or lamps are out or there's no power going to these lights.
It's the entire street. I mean, someone is going to get killed or hurt badly on that street if they don't get that fixed. It's that dark and that dangerous, in my opinion.
Good question. I don't know.
I don't know who you complain. Do you email West Palm? And how do you even do that?
Yeah, can you call? Like, is there a department of lights?
I just feel like it's going to be so. We'll connect you to Jane. Okay, hey Jane, we're going to connect you to Bob. It just feels like one of those situations. I don't know. I know nothing about this.
Yeah, there's got to be somebody that handles utilities in that area.
I just feel like I'm going to hit
whatever city you're in.
I thought I'm going to hit a tree.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan said the lights on 995 in Lake Worth have not worked in 10 years. I don't even notice anymore.
That's where I got into my 7-car pileup. Was
Yeah.
Lake Worth on 95. There's not a light on there, and there was a car stalled out in the left-hand lane. I hit it, and it turned into a 7-car pileup. You couldn't see the car because it was raining so bad. And once you got up close, you're like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
That sounds like the kind of thing you die in. A 7-car pileup on 95.
I got hit 3 different times, and the officer says, we have no idea that you're alive right now. Me and my girlfriend at the time, every part of the car was destroyed except for the passenger seat and the driver's seat. That's the only thing about the car that was saved.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it was terrible.
And that's not the first or the last time somebody said, I'm surprised you're alive right now.
You are right. It's a long list.
You've still got work here to do on Earth, Bird. The Lord needs you
the
here.
Lord's work.
Yes. You got more kidneys to give, right? Or something.
I don't know, maybe.
Human organ donor. Keep cranking them out. What's on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, I can't believe it's actually baseball again. This is so weird. But I wanted to ask you if you know who this is. So, do you know the Marlins player Drew Steckenrider?
No.
I do not.
So, okay.
But in his defense, I don't know any of the Marlins players.
Okay.
Yeah, did you see the Marlins gave up a double last night from a bunt?
Yeah, bunt double.
That, I know you don't understand that, Virginia, but that's pretty.
It's amazing to get to first base on a bunt. To get to second base is unheard of. The massive amount of incompetence that has to go into getting a bunt double is pretty impressive.
In the Marlins' defense, I didn't see it. I only read about it. I'm pretty.
The headline looks bad though.
It looks real
Marlins
bad.
give up a bunt double. Yeah, that doesn't happen in T-ball.
It really does.
Oh.
And they lost 5-0.
All right, what's going on with this player we've never heard of?
So, this player you've never heard of wants to adopt Little Smiles as his charity.
We love him.
We love him, right?
I'm not talking trash. I love him.
So this Friday, I'm going down to Marlins Park to do a TV commercial with him at the stadium with Little Smiles and do a whole big promotion. Good Greek Moving and Storage set it up.
That's huge, actually.
That is cool.
And
yeah.
he's going to be doing all these shirts, and he's going to be donating all the money to Little Smiles and doing all this campaign around the holiday toy drive.
Look, it never hurts to get people like that involved. That's awesome.
And he's going to be inviting Little Smiles kids to come to the stadium and be his guest. And
You know what that is? That's a home run, Virginia.
yeah, so if you want to come with me, Bird, baseball Bird,
Okay, yeah, let me check my schedule.
1 o'clock this Friday.
Where's your schedule?
What's my schedule?
I said, where's your schedule?
Oh, it's all in the dome, all in the brain.
Okay. Can you just check it just by thinking?
Kevin, I'm struggling so bad. You're right. You're calling me out on a schedule I don't have. I struggle. I don't know, Virginia. I don't know what's going on today. I'll get back to you. Give me a little bit of time.
Yes, I just have to come up with an excuse. I mean, I have to come up
No,
with
Kevin, there's so many things wrong with my townhouse that
Just stop at there's so many things wrong.
I had a never mind. I'll tell you. Never mind.
What?
You know you're going to need that mic to keep talking.
You need the microphone.
That's right.
There's real frustration.
But that's great news. That's great news about the charity.
Thank you.
In my mind today, I wanted to call out a couple things that I wish I'd have gotten to yesterday. Kind of happened over the weekend, but they're both fantastic, and they need a little bit of love. One is I want to call out all the scuba divers that got together near Boca Raton on Saturday and attempted to break the record for the largest underwater cleanup.
Ooh.
They went down, they cleared trash from the ocean floor, and they all had to be in the water doing it at the same time to qualify. Now, the previous record was 614 divers. It was set in Egypt in 2015, and they just topped it, beat it by 19, and they now have the Guinness record. 633 was the final count.
Good for them.
Now, they don't have a final tally on the trash yet, but they were right next to the pier there in Boca, and they pulled about 1,600 pounds of lead fishing weights alone out of the water.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So that's a big plus. That's really cool for our oceans. And another shout out, too, to the 200 paddleboarders that braved the heat and the waves on Saturday for the 4th annual Crossing for a Cure that went starting on Friday in Bimini and came all the way across to Lake Worth Beach. 80-mile journey on a paddleboard.
Yeah, Rocco's babysitter, Miss Tatiana, did it.
Yes.
Yay.
12 to 18 hours it takes you via paddleboard to get from here to the Bahamas.
I found it so fascinating, and I was kind of just glued to watching, the Insta stories and seeing all. They go at night.
Right.
So that it's not like the blazing heat of the sun. So I think they
Smart.
left at like midnight or something. How cool is that?
Yeah.
They've got all these boats that were lighting the way, and then they're all just out there paddling their hearts out.
Yeah. Kind of a cool thing.
We're so
I'd
proud.
like to get you on a paddleboard. Me and you just kind of do it.
Do what?
Do paddleboarding. I know
Yeah.
that's.
I love to go paddleboarding. I'd love to see you on a paddleboard.
Don't bother to bring your pants.
Yeah.
No,
It just gets in the way for him.
that came out wrong, as most things do.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd love to paddleboard with you. I thought you and the Queen were into that for a minute.
Yeah, I did. I'm more into it than she is, and that's the issue. Is I am having a hard time convincing her to go paddleboarding.
You know who's into it?
Who's that?
Mags.
Oh, is she?
I'll go hang out with the Queen, and we'll have some cocktails while you and Mags
That'd
go paddleboarding.
That'd be great. I'd love that.
I want to go.
and Jaybird.
I want to be a
Okay,
part of it.
pick your team. Are you cocktail or are you paddleboard?
I'll probably do paddleboard cocktail.
It's good for balance. That would be great. I'd like to see a drunk Jaybird on a paddleboard.
Oh, it's
We can set that up today.
you know how that's gonna go.
Okay. You're right. Still want to see it, though, oddly enough. So anyway, I want to give a shout out to both of them for a job well done.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Okay, I got a couple quick answers here for you. Thank you so much to our audience for always keeping us going here. Somebody said, hey, Jaybird, you were talking about your street lights being out. You can actually do that by phone. All you have to do is contact FPL. The website, fpl.com, also will get you there, or you can go 1-800-4-OUTAGE, OUTAGE.
But that was part of my question was, has nobody else called? Am I the only one bothered by this light? This has been going on for 3 weeks. Are they getting complaints and they're not doing anything about it?
Maybe
call
they
them and
haven't
find
got a
out.
complaint from the right guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
A guy with power.
Oh, who is this
A
guy?
guy with influence.
So Kevin's gonna call for me?
No, we need someone bigger than Kevin.
Yes, I know, yes. Who do we know? The bunt double in the Marlins game last night, their 5-zip loss, actually was because the other team had the shift on. I think were they playing the Cardinals last night? And so the shift means they moved players around Virginia, so they bunted to where there was no player. So that's why they got the bunt double.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So the shift can be problematic if somebody bunts to the open spot.
Not to turn real base. Well, you know what? I won't because it's gonna be real boring. It's about the shift. Nobody wants to hear this.
And a quick correction, you're right, the story I had the wrong place. It was Deerfield Beach, not Boca, where they did the diving event to get all the garbage
Okay.
out of the water there. So a lot of activity happening there on Deerfield Beach.
No matter where they did it, that's awesome.
It was, absolutely.
And we should all do that every time you go to the beach. Mm-hmm. Bring a little bucket for trash.
Yeah, so I think it's awesome. Everybody chipping in to do all that kind of stuff. So thank you very much for all of your help. You can always call or text us 877-979-WRMF. This is a story that a lot of people were talking about locally. And did Harvard get it right or not? I don't know if you saw one of the Stoneman Douglas survivors who was admitted to Harvard University has had his offer rescinded because some screenshots of him using the N-word when he was 16 years old on social media popped up. I think he was in a video.
Uh-oh.
Yes. And so it became apparent, and he has now had his offer to Harvard University pulled.
That sucks.
He was trying to make his case on Twitter last night, and he tweeted out, a few weeks ago, I was made aware of egregious and callous comments classmates and I made privately years ago when I was 16 years old, months before the shooting, in an attempt to be as extreme and shocking as possible. I immediately apologized. After the story broke, former peers and political opponents began contacting Harvard, urging them to rescind me. Harvard, deciding that someone can't grow, especially after a life-altering event like the shooting, is deeply concerning. If any institution should understand growth, it's Harvard, which is looked to as the pinnacle of higher education despite its checkered past. I believe that institutions and people can grow. And he cited some of the things of the people and bigots and racists and whatnot that have previously gone to Harvard. He said, in the end, this isn't about me. It's about whether we live in a society in which forgiveness is possible or mistakes brand you as irredeemable as Harvard has decided for me.
What are your thoughts on that?
I do believe in redemption, but at the same time, I do believe that, if you make mistakes, you got to pay for those. So, I don't believe in always keeping somebody down, but, sometimes when you're looking at a Harvard or the creme de la creme
Or a
something
Harvard.
that's big, yeah, Harvard might be where he goes now.
Harvard, you?
Yeah.
Going to Harvard.
It's close. I mean, when you get the sweatshirt, it kind of looks the same.
If you move it real fast, dance around while you're wearing it.
You got a Harvard or Harvard?
Harvard.
I got a Harvard, but I was accepted to Harvard originally. So that's kind of my feeling. You guys know that I'm big into redemption, but at the same time, I think that there are unfortunately some things that you make a mistake for, and you're like, well, you got to pay your price, and that unfortunately might be the price he's got to pay. Some of the comments that they had on Twitter, somebody said, you recorded yourself calling your classmates N-bomb jocks. This isn't about PC. This is about abuse. Harvard is right to rescind. Another comment said, repeated use of I was made aware of functions to separate the racist language from yourself. It shows a lack of truly, fully taking responsibility for the words that you said. Harvard just taught you a very valuable lesson on accountability.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I think ultimately that's, how I feel. I mean, it is tough, and it stinks, and it's a good lesson for parents. If you got a kid that is getting up there in age, and with the technology that's there, they're in a different world than you ever were.
And kids, teenagers, we were all teenagers once. We do dumb things.
Absolutely.
And I am so thankful that my teenage years were not on social media.
Sure.
Kids need to know that this is like stuff that's going to stay with you forever.
Mm-hmm.
Be super careful.
Well, I'm thinking about back when I was 15 or 16. I was always listening to, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, and I would sing the songs full on back in the day, and I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. And now, I know that's not good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think, even the tone with this is a little bit more than just, reciting lyrics that were already out there.
I see. It's different.
It was more personal.
It was talking about individuals. I hear there's a bit of I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a little bit more directed, and it seems like it's coming more from the heart than just retracing some lyrics that somebody else has put out. But, that's unfortunately the nature of it. And with some of these higher-end schools, I saw it when my son was applying to places, and he had some classmates. There was one kid, it was their valedictorian, and he had like a perfect score on the SAT and didn't get into any Ivy League schools.
Really?
And he was just like, what? So, when you look at that, you're like, okay, what else?
Did he not do well on the interview?
I think that's part of it, and there are other things that happen. So
I heard this thing the other day. I was listening to it about the new way that kids have to, it's a big part of an interview and a personal recommendation from an alumni.
Yeah, so when you're talking about Harvard and some of these higher end schools, just a little tick or something off can be the difference between somebody getting a head start. And so
there's so much competition.
It's not even necessarily so much that they're ultimately trying to punish you, or maybe it was even political. I don't know. It could have been, but
it's probably all of this.
It probably is all of that, but at the same time, they're like, look, everyone that doesn't get in is pretty much probably a scotch away from not making it. And the fact that, this has come to our attention and this happened, that now bumps somebody ahead of you, and unfortunately we don't have room for you now.
Well, I think it's a situation where you got two people who are maybe on par of being both really smart, and so now they have to look for any infraction. Now this is different. I'm talking more of a thing where you've got two people, and maybe the interview doesn't go well, and it goes slightly better for the other person. Maybe that person gets it.
I was listening to the story. The alumni was talking about what he does to these kids, and he sits down with them for several interviews, and he really grills them and gets in their head and tries to figure out their psyche and figure out if they're Harvard worthy.
So if you graduate from a place like a Harvard or one of those really smart schools, is it one of those situations where you graduate and you do well, you automatically, for the most part, you're going to get a pretty good job because the prestige follows?
Yes, I think it's a network, too, of people that have graduated from help the people that are just graduating.
They keep it in the family.
They keep it in the family. It's a network of alumni mentoring these graduates.
Whenever you hear the term privilege thrown around, it's pretty much at the center.
Is the definition of privilege. Once you're in, you're in, baby.
It's pretty much at the center. So anyway.
That's why people are going insane to get in.
Yeah, because they know that if you get in and you get with the right hookup, you're set.
Yeah. Makes a pretty big difference.
With the right mentor, then boom, as soon as you graduate, you have the right job. You don't have to really do anything for it. You followed this path and you followed your mentor.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
That's pretty amazing.
And for parents, too, summertime months, there's a lot of boredom. There's a lot of time to be stupid. So keep an eye on those kids and exactly what they're doing. This is the time of year where they're going to do something dumb that might keep them out of Harvard.
Yeah, do not let them say something stupid on social.
They could be 13 right now, and they could be ruining their life.
Yes, absolutely. Got a few celebrity birthdays here to let you know about today. Gotta say what up and a big old happy birthday to Blake Shelton.
Oh, man.
Yep. He's turning 43 years old today.
They say he's cute as apple pie.
Not my flavor.
You're not into apple pie or Blake Shelton? Or both?
I'd rather have the pie.
Okay. And Paul McCartney is 77. I believe he's Kanye West backup guitarist.
Yeah, I'd rather hook up with Paul McCartney than Blake Shelton.
Paul McCartney looks good.
He looks great.
He looks great.
Are you kidding me? He looks better than I do.
He stopped dyeing his hair, too, and it looks good on him. It looks
Yeah.
really, really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Some other birthdays. Want to wish my girlfriend Kay a happy birthday from David and our cats Lulu and Nunu. Also, please wish Barbara Sue a happy birthday from the super sexy hot Jason Jaybird Pizza Pennington.
Okay.
Happy birthday
Yeah, all right,
to
all right.
you.
Sing it, girl.
Happy birthday.
Also, happy birthday to Reese, who is 10, from Mom, Dad, Marwan, Madonna, and Aisha.
Cool name.
And also, happy birthday to my grandson, Heath. Happy 4th birthday, love, Grandpa and Grandma.
Look at that. The last two names are candy bars, Reese and Heath.
Ooh.
Of course you would notice.
He wants to eat your children.
Your kids sound delicious.
Oh, love them. I like to do.
Oh, stop. You're making me hungry. I got to go visit the vending machine.
Uh-huh. Okay. Let me see. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Have you ever been hit with a weird traffic law or pulled over for something you didn't even realize was a law? Jaybird was talking yesterday on the After the Show podcast how he was trying to warn other motorists about a speed trap. And he wound up getting pulled over by another cop that apparently was involved in the sting.
They don't like you blowing the cover on their speed trap. So when you flash your lights at the other drivers, I think they get mad.
It was just a warning, and it was a really quick. It was quick, too.
Yeah, they called it an improper use of lighting.
That sounds made up, by the way. Doesn't that sound made up?
And we talked about this before, that it is legal. They cannot give you a ticket for doing that.
But why would they not want you to help? I think
Because they want to write tickets.
I feel like you're saving lives. You're telling people to slow down. How's that a bad thing?
Because the speed trap is to make money. And if you warn other drivers, then they make less money.
They kind of show their ham when they get upset for you for doing that.
We see your true colors, Cyndi Lauper.
Are we also sure that it's not illegal?
We don't know.
Okay.
He told you that you couldn't do it. He called it improper use of lighting.
Yeah.
I believe.
And
That's what I believe.
He said it was illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have you ever been pulled over for something weird? Like I got pulled over one time for using an alley as a thoroughfare. That was my first traffic violation.
What was it?
I used an alley as a thoroughfare.
Alleys are fun to cut through. I love alleys.
Yeah, I mean, I was just kind of in a position. I think I actually had parked somewhere, and it just meant driving all the way through the alley. And it did cut a little bit of time, don't lie. But as soon as I pulled out, whoop, and I'm like, what did I do? I used an alley as a thoroughfare. I'm like, okay, what do you use the alley for?
Walking?
I'm confused.
Well, if you parked there and you used the alley to get out,
This is Logan, Ohio Justice. So I mean, yeah, they had a little thing out for me.
Well,
16,
mullet.
yeah. You know,
Well, I mean,
but still.
You should do time if you have a mullet.
Obviously hanging on to that one. So is there anything else weird that you got pulled over for? Anything else we need to know about?
I have one more I want to give you, but I'll wait because you're pressing the buttons and I want to mess you up.
Okay. Well, Jaybird was pulled over the other day because he was flashing his lights warning other motorists about a speed trap that they had set up. Another cop saw him, pulled him over for improper use of lighting, which is kind of an odd title like I never even heard about before. Somebody said, and this is kind of interesting, make sure that you ask the statute number and look at what the officer would put on the ticket. Now, you only got a warning, but just be like, okay, is that a crime? Be like, what's that statute number? And then you can write that down, and then when you get home, you can actually check to see if that's legit or not, or if they're just yanking your chain.
I'm trying to get out of that situation as quick as possible before he looks in my car or around my truck to see something that really is wrong. Because believe me, there is. If he would have given more time, he probably would have taken me to jail.
You riding dirty?
No, honestly though, luckily I was even in my truck, so
Okay.
it was the old wagon.
Somebody texted in and they said, I got a ticket for flashing my lights at a speed trap, but I fought it because it's a freedom of speech, so I got away with it.
Oh.
How about that?
You handled it right though. I mean, you don't try to like say this is not illegal.
No, and then I didn't put my phone on. Okay, well I'm recording this, officer.
Oh, never.
I didn't do any of that.
The police have so much judgment call when they pull you over to like either be cool or not be cool. Why would you ever try to start a fight?
So here's my question with the other one, and I got a ticket and it was kind of expensive. I was at a red light. Now, when you're at a red light, it was at a red light by a railroad. So you can either stay behind the railroad because there's a red light there, and then you could go over the railroad, but you're still in that little area. It's basically a small little area where there's two red lights.
I know what you're talking about.
But you're not going anywhere. You're just going above the train, so no weirdness goes on with the train. The cop told me I ran a red light by doing that, and then gave me a ticket for running a red light on that.
I think you did because you were on the one side of the red light. If it would have been like turning yellow as you crossed the tracks, you'd have been okay. But because it was already red, the first one, as soon as you went over the tracks, you ran that first one.
Yeah, that's the one that always kind of confuses me. I'm like, should I be pulling all the way forward, or do I need to stop at this one before the tracks?
Stop at this one before the tracks because that one's red.
Whose side are you on here?
Bro, the truth.
Come on, bro. And I kind of feel like no, you're making it to where it's my fault, and it wasn't my fault. I don't like this. Something else happened. It was like turning red.
Look, I was on Team Bird for flashing your lights. I don't know if I can be on Team Bird for running a red.
It was the most ridiculous thing. I'm spitting on you. I'm getting so upset. No, it was ridiculous.
Get some water. Calm down.
Water?
Another thing, maybe you don't know, somebody said I got pulled over for beeping at somebody who was sitting still in an intersection whose light was green. I can't remember the criminal code number, but it's a legit offense to use your horn the wrong way. So you know how people annoy you when you're just like, I just turned green. Somebody's like, eh. You're like, that's improper use of a horn.
Good,
and,
it should be.
Yeah, and they can actually pull you over for that. Somebody's texting in.
There was a time, like just last week, my foot was touching the accelerator. The light had milliseconds before changed, and this jerk off in a Nissan, it's always a Nissan, is behind me honking. Really?
Was that a Nissan account?
Yeah, you got to watch on the horn thing. Somebody else texted in and said, my friend and I were in separate cars, and one of us would honk the horn, doot, 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 and the other one would finish it with doot, doot. And the cop pulled us both over because he thought we were like road raging. We were going to fight each other.
That's funny. Mm-hmm. So they were going doot, 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 doot,
doot,
doot, doot.
Yeah.
I got pulled over on 95, and so the speed limit was 65. I was going 67, and I passed the cop, and the cop pulled me over and yelled at me and gave me a ticket. Gave me a speeding ticket, 2 miles per hour.
I never pass a cop.
Yeah, but he yelled. He goes. That's what he said. He goes, "You never pass a cop. He got that mad, and then I didn't have my shoes on. Why are you driving without your shoes on? You gotta have shoes on. I had metal cleats. I'm like, I don't think you'd want that, officer.
I think I'm on his side
No,
again.
get out of here! Get out of here!
You never pass a cop?
I was, bro.
You were speeding to pass a cop. It doesn't matter that it was 2 miles an hour.
I thought fine, or 9, you're fine. 10,
No,
done
you
again.
don't pass a cop.
Paula's got some clarification here on warning other motorists about speed traps here from Royal Palm. Your husband has got a giant sign that he has, Paula?
Yeah, we live at the end of a street where there's only 2 developments, and there's constantly police down at the roundabout ticketing people for speeding, and they're just really targeting 2 developments only. And so my husband goes down to the end of the street, and he holds up a big sign that says "Cops Ahead," and they know he's doing it. He tells them he's doing it because he thinks it's ridiculous that they're just wasting taxpayers' money affecting us, and he's shut it down a couple of times. Eventually they get frustrated because everybody slows down and they pack up and leave.
Wow. He's a vigilante.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah. Mary is on here from Lake Worth. Yes, your son got a $75 ticket for riding a bike without lights?
I didn't even know you needed lights on a bike. It's a bike, but apparently you have to have a headlight and a tail light, or you can get pulled over.
Is that in the daytime, too?
No, it was he was driving at night. I don't know if it means daytime as well, to be quite honest with you, but apparently if you're driving at night, the police have the right to pull you over and give you a ticket and also search you if they feel the need to search you. Yeah.
Okay.
They ended up finding something on him and he got arrested. Got a felony charge for marijuana.
Yeah.
Because of not having lights on a bike.
That's probably a lot of times they're like, those little ticky-tack kind of things they don't necessarily care about unless they go, maybe we get a little shakedown here.
He probably just got stoned. He's doing a little bike ride. He's like, oh, man, the cops got me. Dang it. Oh, man.
Marijuana doesn't count, right?
For what?
It shouldn't count.
For what?
For pulling you over. And come on. If it's legal medically, can't we get past this?
Mm-hmm.
She's not even the stoner.
I'm not, but I'm just trying to think of this rationally, y'all.
Somebody said, I don't know if this is true, that the lowest speeding ticket you can get is 6 miles per hour over the limit. Is that fact or fiction?
What happened to the whole fine, you're 9, 10, never
5,
again,
you're 9?
Or 9, you're fine, 10, don't speed again. I never get this right.
Keep trying.
Nah, Kevin looks annoyed.
That's just his face.
9, you're fine. 10, you're mine.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, we're here to help you out. Yeah, here's some other stupid, weird traffic laws from around the country. They say it's illegal to spit from a car or bus in Marietta, Georgia, but it's okay to spit from a truck.
But is that one of those weird laws they're not going to get you on? You can't have a horse in Palm Beach.
It depends. I mean, they've put stuff on the books, and sometimes they're from a different era that they don't care about now, and then sometimes, there's things that, they just, some people, like, it's an ordinance. People in the town, somebody's got that kind of power and they get on the books and then they've got a buddy cop and they say, get anybody who does this.
But they've got some really goofy laws in the book. There was one, I'm paraphrasing, but it's like eating a pickle on a Tuesday afternoon in Tallahassee. You can get arrested. There's laws that are that goofy.
Yeah, I don't know. These aren't to that level. But some of them's like in Oregon, the whole state, you cannot leave your car door open any longer than is necessary. They do that like if you're pulling into a spot. Have you ever had that where somebody's got their door wide open and you're sitting there waiting and it kind of starts holding up traffic? So Oregon went and they put an ordinance in there that you've got to get in and out of your car or at least have the door shut as quickly as possible.
Somebody at Trader Joe's the other day honked at me because I was taking too long buckling Rocco in his seat with my door open.
I know. It's
I turned
unreal.
around and I had to stop myself.
What if it's someone who just doesn't like you because of the show?
It was an old person. I was like, all right, they don't know what's going on. They can't tell that I'm putting a baby in a car seat.
Well, the thing that's tough now with smartphones, have you ever seen that where you're in a crowded parking lot, there's not hardly any spaces open, and you see somebody get in their car to pull away, they're leaving.
You're like,
and then
sweet.
they pull out their smartphone and start going through their emails and their texts, and you're like,
I need your spot.
Yeah, can you go home and do that?
I don't think you're allowed to honk at them, though, because they don't.
Are you not? Like, would you get...
I wouldn't honk at them.
Then instead of honking...
And I would get pissed if somebody honked at me because I'm like, I'm still in this spot and I have to check my voicemail.
If you can't honk at it, can you go, hey, please, check that home? Can you do that?
Well, I guess you don't know. Like, they could be waiting for somebody else that's still in the store.
Sure.
That does happen where someone's waiting for somebody.
I would not honk at somebody that didn't pull out of a spot because you don't know why they're not pulling out.
Right.
They have that episode in Curb Your Enthusiasm. They're at the airport, they're waiting, they're running late, and the guy's not leaving the parking spot.
So annoying.
Do you think that there is a law that should be on the books that we don't have? That is not there?
Yeah, I do. No techno music ever. Sorry, it's illegal.
No bass that I can hear in my car if you're next to me. I just don't like it. It's too much. Mama's getting old. My ears are sensitive.
Yeah, there should be a law where Uber drivers cannot listen to death metal as loud as they want as they're driving you in the morning. Should be a law, Ken.
Okay. I always love summertime for like classic movies, kind of going back and maybe watch something you haven't seen for a while. But then sometimes you go back and you watch one of those classic movies, you're like going, boy, how did I actually like that movie? That's terrible. It just kind of happens.
Yeah, the movie I was speaking about the other day, I told you you should have Magnolia watch it. Don't tell Mom the babysitter's dead. It was on HBO. and I watched it. It still holds up. I
You
love
loved
it.
it?
Yeah, I still
Okay.
liked it.
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes is kind of the way that people go and check now to be like, okay, is this still holding up? Check the audience scores, not the critics. I've found looking on that. Critics scores, there's some classic movies that they just totally like did not give a high mark to that the fans loved. And you're like, I agree with the fans a lot more than the critics.
It's weird on some of these movies. I feel like a lot of these Hollywood reporters, they have an agenda, and if it's almost like they're in their own little clique, and they're doing their own.
For
And
them.
they probably are.
They
because
are.
They know this producer or this writer
They're doing
or
the
this
reviews
person.
for the wrong person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
They're doing it for their own personal gain, probably.
Always listen to the people.
Well, and they're
Yes.
sometimes judging on things that don't matter.
Yes.
The lighting's terrible in this movie.
Or sometimes they have a political view on something, and
Yeah.
they're writing it based on that.
So what you got to do here in the Rotten Tomatoes game, I gave you two big popular movies. You got to guess which one has the higher audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Jaybird will be your guide and help you. Sometimes he helps, sometimes he does not.
I feel real good today.
You do? Okay.
That's
Good.
alarming, though. That's not a good sign.
It's not?
No.
Okay, Mark's on here from Fort Lauderdale. What's up, Mark?
It's Marco.
Marcos. Okay. Marcos.
Yes.
What happened?
Come
Denny?
on, Denny.
Come on, Denny.
Can't spell it right.
Jeez, Denny.
Give the man some respect.
Yeah. Hey, you blame it on the weed. All right, here we go. What do you think has the higher audience score, Back to the Future or Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
This is easy.
It's easy.
Easy.
What do you think, Jay Bird?
It's definitely Back to the Future with confidence.
Okay, do you agree with that, Marcos?
I agree with Jay Bird.
Agree with Jay Bird. You are both correct.
Look at you.
Yes, it is Back to the Future. 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. Ferris Bueller's 92.
Okay.
So those are both pretty good.
Virginia, what was Marty's last name?
Marty McFly.
Okay, just checking. We'll see where the line's at.
We saw a guy that looked like Doc Brown in Home Goods.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, what about this one? The Godfather or Goodfellas?
It's easy.
Which one do you think?
Absolutely, The Godfather's got a higher score.
Okay, do you agree with that one, Marcos?
Oh man, I gotta go with Goodfellas.
Got to go with Goodfellas. Jaber was correct on that. It's
Oh my God.
I know it's close. So listen to this: The Godfather has a 98% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Goodfellas is 97.
Oh my gosh. 1 point.
Wow.
Yeah.
Goodfellas is an amazing movie.
Right.
I love Goodfellas.
Yeah, I mean that's just flipping a coin basically on that one.
The bird just got 2 in a row,
He
right?
did. He did.
Toyo's feeling good.
Okay, we'll go see if we can make it 3 out of 3 here. We were talking a little bit about Groundhog Day this last week. Like, how long is he actually in Groundhog Day? And Ivan Reitman, who directed the film, thought, probably around 10 years it took him. He repeated the same day for 10 years.
10 sounds good. The original report that was like 35.
34, yeah.
Nah. 10 sounds more like realistic.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you think has the higher audience score? National Lampoon's Vacation
Oh, love that.
I think that's like at an 83 or 84.
or
do you
Groundhog
know?
Day?
This is going to be such a close one.
They're all, I'm not going to lie, they're all pretty close.
Man,
National
this,
Lampoon's or Groundhog Day, what's got the higher audience score on Rotten Tomatoes?
I'm going to go with National Lampoon's Vacation.
Marcos,
Oh my God.
he's been good so far. What do you think for a perfect score?
I agree with him.
You agree with him?
Yeah.
Okay, you went National Lampoon's, Jay Bird?
Yes.
For the perfect score here today in the Rotten Tomatoes game, you are
Oh.
wrong.
Bird?
Is it at like 83 or 84%?
85.
Okay.
It's high. National Lampoon's Vacation's at 85%. Groundhog Day is at 88.
I'm sorry, Vacation's a better movie.
For me?
Yeah, Vacation's great.
You say the fans have got it wrong.
The fans have got it wrong.
Okay. Well, you got 2 out of 3. That's all you had to do. That means you got a 4-pack of tickets to Aquatica in Orlando. Okay, Marcos?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Enjoy that. If you want to get your own tickets, you can just go to aquatica.com for the hookup. You ever do something, everybody looks at you like, what? And you're like, oh, wait, what was so wrong? Is that a big deal?
Every day.
What did I do? I don't know. That's so wrong? Am I wrong?
I mean, I hate to take the words out of the witch's mouth, but I mean, every day.
Every day? Yeah. So did you get called out for something that you said or you did that you didn't really necessarily feel was justified? You can actually text him in right now. We'll debate him for you. Is what you did so wrong? Is it really that big of a deal? Or is like they just, really blowing that out of proportion?
Okay, I like this.
Okay, this is some of the ones that I saw from the thread that was on Reddit. Somebody said, my brother got mad at me because I asked him if he was sure his kid was his. It looks nothing like him.
Oh, you can't say that.
You can't say that. Yes,
Come
you're
on.
wrong.
You're totally
0 for
wrong.
1.
I was
Come
trying
on.
to defend him.
No.
Okay.
Do not say that.
Okay. I fired someone because his performance had decreased drastically 6 months after both his parents died.
Oh, you can't. Oh.
Give me, I don't know.
Please.
Ooh, 6 months.
Do not fire
drastically.
that guy.
Ooh,
You counsel him, you help him, you bring him in, you have to get him some help.
That would be my question. What have you done as the leader? Have you done anything for your teammates? Have you done anything to build them up? If you haven't, you need to look at yourself in the mirror, I think.
You're cold. You're cold as ice.
At least give a chance to. Virginia's right. Maybe they are struggling. I mean, lift somebody up in those
maybe
moments.
look in the mirror the fact that you could not get them back and propped up to where they need to be.
Well, maybe as a leader, you can do something to get that person fired up again. Maybe you are the light that person needs.
Okay.
Both parents at once. Imagine that, Bird.
I mean, compassion, I think, is a big thing you need in this world.
And you can help them through your company's insurance and set up therapy, and you can really get involved and be a cheerleader for their mental health.
So we got 2 wrongs here.
I think you're wrong. I want to know what you're doing to help.
I think that guy's a douche.
Okay. All right. Case number 3 here. Was I wrong? I'm a dad, and I set up a camera to watch my sleeping baby while I ran 3 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
I have a girlfriend that confessed this to me the other day. She uses the nanny cam to be able to watch the baby when she runs to the store.
I do not like that. Things can happen so quick, just like that.
I'm too paranoid.
There's no way. I totally disagree with that.
I would never be able to, like...
You would never want to admit it.
I just would be paranoid. I would feel terrible if something happened during... First of all, I'd never be running. So let's go ahead and get that on the... I feel terrible.
Okay, so you're wrong.
Would you do it?
No.
A baby?
You can't. You
baby.
can't. God forbid anything goes wrong. You're not there.
Baby, no. Baby, no. But I think it starts to, as the kid gets into, like, okay, those, I don't know. I think they can kind of take care of himself. I mean, they can open a box of cereal. They're like 7. You know, they can tear through things. As long as they don't turn on a stove, they'll be fine.
But you're not Superman. You can't run right back. If you're a mile down the road and you watching them do something crazy.
I think for a lot of parents, there becomes those years, probably 7, 8, 9, where you're like, I mean, come on, I got 5 minutes.
Not me. I'd leave a baby before I'd leave a 7-year-old.
Really?
If the baby's laying in the crib and the baby can't get out, not that I would leave either one of them.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely not leaving the 7.
Okay, you're wrong either way, any age.
I'd be way too paranoid.
Okay. Okay, what about this? Was I wrong? I cleaned my girlfriend's entire house as her birthday present. She wanted jewelry. Was I wrong?
Yes. If you knew she wanted jewelry and you cleaned her house, you needed to clean her house and get her jewelry. You're an idiot.
Look who you're talking to, Kev. You're talking to Cuesta Pants over here.
Yeah, okay, you're like, okay, what do you think? How much money do you think I got?
Well, you know what?
I gave you time.
Zale's got a charge card. 0 down, 6 months, no interest. March.
Spoken like a Tequesta witch. Oh,
she wanted jewelry. She made it clear.
Newsflash, you don't get everything you want in life, unfortunately.
I told you I wanted it and I didn't get it.
I'm not a big fan of someone doing something nice for you and then you complain about it.
I'm not a big fan of people not listening to their girlfriend who told you what she wanted for her birthday, and then you got her something completely opposite of that, and now you're mad at her.
You made a self-sacrifice, and you're a terrible person.
And you don't know
her entire house.
You're a cheapskate.
It took you hours.
All you did was clean the house. You didn't get her anything. You're a cheapskate.
I know it's too late, Panda, but run!
He can't.
I know.
The shackles are too tight.
You don't know the details of what if that guy has got financial issues? What if she is stuck up? What if she... Nah, I don't like... If Virginia's defending it this hard, it's got to be wrong.
Yeah. And somebody texted us in. This makes good sense. You ever notice this? Like Mother's Day commercials. Diamonds on sale for $3,000. Father's Day commercials. Men's Target cargo shorts on sale for $11. Like, why is there such a price disparity between Mother's and Father's Day?
I wrecked my body for those children. What did you do? What did you do, Ralston?
I just read a story today about the importance of fathers in kids' lives.
You are important, but I wrecked my body.
She's trying to start a gender war again.
Again.
Don't fall into that Virginia trap. Don't do it.
Okay. Well, one of you says they were wrong. The other one says, no, I thought you did it right. What about this one? Was I wrong? I told her we can move in together if she gets rid of her cat. I don't have allergies. I just hate cats. Is that wrong?
No.
You don't.
You just hate cats.
No.
If you
don't want a cat, you don't have to live with the cat.
If you love her enough, you'll deal with the cat. If you're not allergic and you just hate
So he's
cats,
wrong. He hates cats. He don't want to live with a damn cat.
Why should you have to live with something you hate?
He don't have to. No, he doesn't have to live with her. But he is showing that.
Is he wrong?
No.
That's the question. Virginia's saying no. Jaybird, is he wrong?
No.
Okay.
He's not wrong.
Your house is your castle.
If you really hate cats, because I mean, you could fill in the blank with something that you hate personally that you would have to go deal with every single day. Imagine if I had to move into a place where every single day I had to look out and there's a skyline of a building, I'd be uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, you're on the 15th floor every day.
And it's my girl. It would be my girlfriend, and
She loves it.
bye. See you later.
Life is too short. Your home should be your sanctuary, your nest.
I do believe that.
It's so crucial.
Okay. What about this one? I broke up with my girlfriend right after my birthday because I wanted to get my present. Why is that wrong?
I broke up with my girlfriend right
after my birthday because I wanted to get my present.
Good, selfish. Because
Yeah.
you're taking matters of the heart and you're taking a present over that.
You're dumb, dude.
Okay. I shamelessly fart in public whenever I want. Is that wrong?
Wrong.
Yes, it's
Real
wrong.
wrong. I gotta tell you. In fact,
And they justify, they say old people do it all the time, so why am I wrong?
Look, accidents happen, and elderly accidents happen a lot. If you have control of your sphincter and you're just letting them fly like weapons, you're not cool.
They said folks look at me like I'm crazy.
Because you are.
Are you though? You know what was great? Have you seen that camera that they have? It senses like, I think, body heat or something like that, and they took it out into public and they were showing all these people who could pick up human farts. It like looks like a poof of smoke coming out.
is this real?
Yeah, I believe it is, because it does. Well, it's like a heat whatever camera.
Fart cam?
That's what it turns into.
I don't like that.
And so they were showing like all these regular people and just, whatever, like somebody's like in New York, somebody's in the subway and they're just staying there, they're talking on the phone, nothing, all you can see is poof, this big cloud coming around the back of them.
Wow.
Yeah. Somebody's like trying to get like something at a hot dog stand and they bend down to get some out of their purse and poof, big old cloud comes out.
Oh,
and they stand right back up.
They're eating hot dogs. Those farts aren't going to stop.
They even did a dog. They had a dog. He was in the park and he was running. He stops and he looks around all weird. He goes, poof.
This is real technology.
I believe it is. It looked like it's legit.
This is what we need to invest in.
Oh, I'm like, I would sit in a park all day long and just look, they just farted.
You can do bets.
Go to Walmart.
Oh, I could kill an entire afternoon doing this.
This would be the new thing.
Oh, it'd be the best thing ever.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
All right, we're trying to find out if this is fact or fiction here. These thermal imaging cameras, and do they work on farts?
The video is fantastic.
I just showed it Virginia.
But is it fake?
Yeah, you could easily fake this video.
Easily.
Well, luckily, one of our listeners, Lynn, she just texted me, and apparently she can get her hands on one. You use them, I guess, for hunting. And so she's like, I've got one if you guys want to try it out. And I'm like, I think what, for science, right?
Yeah.
But how does that work, though? Could we get in trouble for posting something?
Let's use it on each other.
Well, the thing is once you use it, like on the thermal imaging, you can't tell who the person is. And you can see the video they did. They blurred out the faces of the people that...
And on the thermal part, you can't tell who's who.
Yeah.
All you see is like a figure walking a dog, and the dog farts.
I can see somebody, oh, you embarrassed me, I want money.
We can use it on each other. I mean, I know the formula to get my innards cranking. Raw onions for me.
I don't know, for some reason, that doesn't sound like that much fun. I'd rather film other people.
You're not down with the...
I don't know.
Kevin is garlic. We'll give Kevin a bunch of garlic. I'll eat raw onions. What's your poison, Bird?
Pizza Hut.
Okay. It's a date.
Sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Let's do this on a
I'm
weekend.
debating.
Let's do it at your new crib.
It sounds kind of awful, actually.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be good or not. Well, that was the thing. They were trying to justify. They're like, going, well, hey, I just walk around in public and I just fart and I don't care. I'm proud of it. I mean, old people do it all the time. Why can't I? That's just what happens.
It's not nice if you do it where you know it's going to get on people.
Get on people.
You got to do it like I do it. If you're like in Walmart, you go back in a corner by like a clearance rack where nobody is, and that's where you do it.
I'm not trying to paint all old people with the same brush, but I mean, there's at least 5 different encounters that I've seen and heard and experienced at stores where old people have farted audibly and not cared.
I don't think they know sometimes, too.
Really?
They don't look like they know.
I think that
Is that how it, because I'm always wondering, okay, because we joke about being old and we're getting older.
Sure.
But how do you know when it's like, okay, I am officially into that threshold where it's like going, okay.
Do you want to? I'll ask my grandma.
Because I would think that's pretty much it. When you just don't even know if you're farting, I think I'd be going, yeah, well, I'm old. I think for me, that's finally going to be when I just wave the white flag.
I'm
like,
out.
yeah,
I've had enough here.
I'm kidding before because I feel young at heart. I'm still ambitious. I do crazy things.
But if you don't know you're farting and you're wreaking havoc to the world, that's tough.
Yeah. Okay. Lynn texted me and she said that the camera is so sensitive that you can see people's warm footprint. So I believe it'd be legit. If you had a hot puff of gas come out, I would think that would show up on the thermal imaging camera.
Should we load the witch up with some onions, put the camera on her, and just let the good times roll?
I mean, I'll hit a taco bar tonight. You just said the word, Ralston.
I think what we need to do is drop a hidden camera in our next sales meeting.
That would be awesome. Think it's bad.
First we can spike the food, then we drop a hidden camera.
Yes. How about the company Christmas party?
I kind of want to do the
Oh, what a
experiment
great
real.
video that would be.
I don't want to give them any farty foods. I want to see who just naturally is farty.
And where?
Yeah.
And are people like running off to the corners and you see them like, and poof comes out?
There's one salesperson I know for a fact they'll just fart and just continue to keep
It'd be
going.
great. Because you'd really be able to see each person. Because I think we all have our own individual fart behaviors.
Sure.
Techniques,
Yes,
approach.
techniques, things we do, crop dusting, relieving ourselves.
Crop dusting is a crime. I think we can all agree. You
like
should
it.
not be crop dusting people. If they're your friends and you care about them,
That'd be great. See, we do the hidden cameras at this year's Christmas party, and then the following Christmas party, we show the video to everybody.
They wouldn't. I don't think they'd like that. I don't think they liked when we did the porn ringtone in the middle of their meeting. I don't think because one guy starts checking his phone, so you clearly know he's the guy that's always watching porn.
Okay, so how do you know when you're getting old? What is the sign other than just like, I can't control my farts?
Denny's got bummed out. He found a gray hair in his eyebrows. Like, oh man, this is rough. I'm like, I hear you, brother. It's the beginning of the end.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, how do you know when you're getting old? What are those signs? When did it hit you?
You start tripping on your nards.
Yeah, somebody just texted me. I sat on my balls. I'm always sitting on my balls.
I used to need 20 units of Botox. Now I need 45.
Oh.
Is that real?
That's real.
When's the last time you've done it?
In the past month.
3 hours ago.
Are you always good? When does it stop? What age do you finally say, all right, no more Botox?
Never.
Even then, if you make it to your 80s, you'll still be getting Botox?
If it helps. I mean, I'll probably need a facelift by then.
Go watch it.
Right now, I'm just doing Botox. But yeah, a facelift is inevitable.
Is that? Are you going to have pink eye for like 3 weeks for that one?
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you I'm having a facelift.
That's why it's taking her out longer now, because, when you move from 20 to 45.
Oh, yeah, pink eye, Kev.
Yeah, that's tough. Let me see. So how do you know when you're getting old? Getting a lot of these when you find a gray hair in your nether regions?
Yes.
Has that happened?
Not to me, but I know a girl that it happened to, and she started crying.
Right then? Did she just find out in that moment, like at a restaurant? Oh, my gosh.
Well, I think the pubes are supposed to be the last to go. And
Yeah.
hers were the first to go, and she flipped out.
Yeah, I'm getting gray hair. I can say happily the
Downstairs?
curtains and the carpets do not match. Still very good.
Yeah.
I'm going gray up top, not going gray down
Still
there.
dark in the pants?
Yes.
And we don't mean you pooed yourself.
Yeah.
But we're not positive.
You want to clarify that because normally when I hear dark in the
I
pants,
got a dark in the pants.
That doesn't sound good, man.
you think it's a pickup line and a girl will be like, hey, by the way, I'm still dark in the pants. Yeah. How'd you know you're getting old? Somebody texted in when my favorite Christmas present was a Tempur-Pedic pillow. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Your love of presents starts to change.
You start to really love things like PBS
Yeah.
and NPR.
Yeah.
Somebody said when I started to consider a company's insurance and benefits options before accepting a new job. I don't know.
Let me hear about your packages.
When the home improvement store became my favorite place to shop.
Oh, gosh, no. No.
I know.
I love going in. There's a Rocky's Ace Hardware in Tequesta. I could spend 2 hours in there. I love it.
You love it, huh?
I am such an old home improvement witch.
My buddy got like a measuring, I don't even know what it's called.
Tape measure?
Thank you, the tape measure.
It's measuring stick.
And it was really souped up, and he was so pumped. I'm like, that's the worst gift ever.
So I said I knew I was getting old when I got made fun of by my friend's daughter for telling her to roll down the window. She's like, what do you mean roll? It's electric. Yeah, they'd probably be like, what do you mean roll?
Roll. We used to have to roll it, kids.
Yeah. I knew I was old when I could go to sleep and wake up injured.
No kidding, man.
What is up with that?
I pulled a neck muscle gargling mouthwash the other day. I did the technique where you go back like that. I'm like, oh, my, I can't turn right now.
I can't turn right. Somebody said I knew I was getting old when I realized I needed to start taking naps. Gosh, that's tough, isn't it?
I love naps. I don't care. Call me old.
Yeah, they're great. But you know what? There's something about it. Like, you don't think when you're in college and you're taking naps, you're like, it's cool. When you're getting older, you're like, oh, no, I got to take a nap.
It's old people because you're in the middle of lunch and you're nodding off.
Uh-huh. Somebody said I knew I was getting old when I got legit excited about a sale on vitamins.
Oh, ginkgo biloba.
Vitamins. So he said, I know it's getting old when I went into a music festival and security decided that I didn't require any kind of searching.
Oh.
So I joked around like going, hey, I could be dangerous. And they just looked at him and they said, just stay hydrated, sir. Just don't go in there and die on us. That's basically all they're saying.
That's terrible.
Oh, my gosh. Somebody said I realized that I was getting old when I knew I had to stop drinking water 2 hours before going to bed or I'd wake up in the middle of the night to have to go pee.
Do you pee a lot at nighttime or you can kind of sleep through it?
I do.
Oh, Kevin.
Uh-oh. You got that old man bladder?
Damn,
Yeah,
old man
in
bladder.
5 minutes, I'm going to fart and not know it.
He's there, baby.
The bladder's one thing, but you not know.
What do you mean I didn't fart? Somebody else said the 3-day hangovers.
Yeah, that is a bit of an issue.
I don't get him.
Yeah, you're weird. You're a witch. You have magical powers.
She does, yes. Somebody said you know you're getting old when you can sing along with elevator music.
Oh, I've always been old then.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Yeah. Yeah. Well, crazy stuff going on here in Florida as usual. We'll catch up on that. Port Richey's where it's starting. There's a guy who was dining and dashing from a restaurant. He got up from his table after eating his chicken wings. An employee said, oh, no, you don't. We know what you're doing. You're running for the exit. You need to pay for your food. He said, oh, yeah. He whipped it out and started playing with himself.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
that is an M. Night Shyamalan ending.
Yeah.
Never mind. I don't want your money.
Yeah, hey, take that.
Keep your sticky money.
I didn't see that one coming.
They call it, well, thank you for that. But hey now. That's what she said. So she calls the manager over, and the guy tries to take off running while still committing the lewd act.
Okay, that's skill.
Well, it's just dumb. It's going to slow you down. I think eventually you've got to stop. You got to choose one or the other. What are you going to commit to? Because you can't really do both at the same time, I believe. Though I've never actually officially tried it.
Well, Kevin, get out there and do the work before you start talking.
I'll film.
Insta story.
Yes! Oh my gosh. That would kill on the gram.
Need a camera person?
And also kill my career. There's a man at the Fort Myers airport who decided to go for a joyride on an airport golf cart. There's some footage from security cameras at the airport showing the guy at first on a bike.
Uh-oh.
Then he graduates to a golf cart.
Was it his bike, or did he steal a bike and then steal a golf cart?
He's got to be hammered. He's probably just going from one mode of transportation to the next.
Oh.
He eventually is on the golf cart, winding up on the tarmac.
Oh, Lord.
He crashes the golf cart into a fence and then runs to a shopping center where they eventually tased him for the grand finale.
Oh, I gotta see this video.
It's good stuff.
Seems like a great watch.
Yeah.
It does.
Another pointless getaway. There's a guy who used an Uber as his getaway car after robbing a Dunkin' Donuts in New York.
Big dummy.
Big dummy. Come on, man. You know you never rob a Dunkin' Donuts. There's a dead body that got discovered in a porta potty in Pittsburgh on Saturday morning.
Oh, could you imagine what that smelled like?
How did this happen?
Pooped himself to death.
I don't know. They're still trying to figure out what exactly went down. Yes, I don't know.
I mean,
did the smell kill him?
What a great place to murder somebody. So you murder them in the porta potty, and then you put a out of order sign on it, and everybody thinks the bad smell is just the porta potty.
And then they're labeled.
Yeah.
Then they're labeled a person who died pooping. That's terrible. What a terrible crime.
It is terrible. Diabolical.
That'd be the worst way to go, right?
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
The worst.
You pooping? That's probably the worst way, the most embarrassing way to go.
Well, if that's how they died. But yeah, it's still not going to be awesome being found on a porta potty. And if you kill them and put them in there, do you, for effect, pull their pants down to make it look like they are?
Well,
You
yeah,
got
that's
to.
what you do.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
Definitely.
He died on a porta potty.
Gosh, that is wow.
No one is ever going to be like, oh, we smelled something funky. It's a porta potty.
You're right. If you put the closed sign on there, people aren't gonna try to get in.
It might be a while.
Wow.
Might be a while. Yeah. There's a magician in India trying this amazing Harry Houdini trick. He shackled himself all up and jumped into a river.
Uh-oh.
Well, we're trying to figure out if the trick is he's going to quickly emerge or if he's going to stay submerged for several days and then come out.
He died.
Well, I don't know. We're not sure yet. We don't know if it's still part of the trick, but he's still not come up for air.
Oh. No, I don't.
I don't know. We don't know. Maybe it's all part of the trick. I don't know.
It sucks because he was doing it for the show, y'all.
He would do it a lot.
If you're in the crowd, how long do you sit there?
I'd still be there.
Well, maybe it's part of the trick. I don't know. Do we leave? I'd hate to.
I think you have to jump in, right?
I hate to miss
I would
this.
say after 7 minutes, you got to jump in.
Is that what you do? Is that what you
after like a minute, you jump in.
What if you're in the crowd? I'd be
But
like,
what if
"Oh."
you ruin his trick? I don't want to do that either.
I hear you, and I don't want to be the person who's like, imagine he pops up, he's like, ta-da, and it's like, where'd everybody go? That's part of the trick. I was going to be submerged for 3 days.
I wait 10 minutes and then I look. But I guess
Then you look. What do you mean you look? It's not a curtain.
Well, you try to find him.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just sad because he's a showman.
He is a showman.
And you never want to see a showman putting on a show lose his life.
But you got to have faith in him, right? I mean, because in a sense, you're like being like, I don't think he's good enough to get out of this.
I don't know, man. I knew one guy who was really into magic, and he did it for a long time, and he was the world's worst magician.
The worst.
He was
There's
terrible.
nothing better than an awful magician.
I mean,
he doesn't know it.
But
Yes.
he really did the work. He just couldn't get it. It just wouldn't click for him.
He put in the time.
Yes.
There was a woman in England that recently asked her coworkers for a birthday cake. She said, could you get me a birthday cake, put my name on it, and I'd love to have Mariah Carey's face on it.
I saw this picture and I almost peed.
And they're like, okay, yeah, no problem. So the birthday party goes down. They unleash the cake, and there it is, her name with a picture of Marie Curie on it. She's like, Marie, wait, I was going for Mariah Carey. That's Marie Curie, the woman physicist, the first woman to ever win the Nobel Prize.
There's only black and white pictures of her, too. That's how old she is.
Yes. It's not the one I wanted. Mariah Carey actually even jumped on the bandwagon. She's retweeted the original photo that's gone out.
It's epic.
And now it's going viral, yeah. So
It
there
should
you
go viral. That is really funny. I don't know if they did it on purpose or what, but that is funny.
I got bad news.
What?
The magician didn't make it. They're saying in the chat room that they found him.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, that sucks.
That
I was
does
hoping
suck.
it was going to be some kind of big old trick.
I kind of was too. I was like, yeah, okay, maybe it's just.
You got to have a supervisor for that stuff. You have to have like your Denny's.
I wouldn't do it without a submarine down there. It'd have to be something. I'm like, yeah, I need someone down here that's going to get me
Wow,
out.
he was really doing it for the love of the game. He was doing it for real.
He's committed.
Rest in peace, showman.
Damn. Oh, that one's sticking with me.
It's tough.
Because you're a showman. It's real close to home. I could see you doing something crazy.
I can see me, yeah.
Accidentally.
For years, we've wondered which one's going to finally take you out.
I know, man.
And this might be it. There's a guy who broke a Guinness World Record by shoving 146 blueberries in his mouth.
I saw that. I was going to see if we could try to break it tomorrow.
Weren't we just talking about stunts gone wrong that killed you?
Yeah, but I'm still ticking, baby. I'm still standing.
You notice how he's down 1 second and right back up to do it the next?
That's the hashtag bird life.
That's the definition of not getting it.
Hashtag bird life.
Hashtag bird life.
I just...
So what you're saying is, okay, Bird, go ahead, bring in the blueberries.
How many blueberries? They ain't cheap.
I'll get them.
Okay.
146.
Guess what? I'm bringing in 149.
You know where we should go? Restaurant Depot. They're cheaper.
I'll get the blueberries at Publix.
And Costco's got a sale on caskets.
Well,
now he wants to be cremated. He wants to be made into a tree.
I do want to be made into a tree.
Oh, he does. Okay.
We don't need a casket. Saving you some money.
All right, then we need some Kingsford. We're going to be all prepared for this. All the way. We're going to see this thing all the way through.
Can you do an at-home cremation?
Okay, I am getting blueberries. So that's a yes. We're good. I can do this, Kevin. Believe in me. Please, even though no one else does.
That's what the guy said as he was jumping in the river.
Right. Believe in me, guys. No matter how long I'm down there,
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
And that's what he said.
Oh, I don't feel good.
No.
Oh, come on, dog.
Yeah, I kind of tempered that first escape story to kind of like get the other one ready.
Well, this was going to be, you'll be dealing with this anyway, because I was going to be sending you this idea later on. Okay, if I want to break this.
Okay, is this finally going to be the one that takes him out?
Oh, this is nothing.
Will you break it or will it break you?
You can't break this bird.
Okay, all right. Breaking Bird, the next episode. Blueberries.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
Apparently, Florida is not as good of a road trip state as it used to be. It fell out of the top 10 this last year on the best and worst summer road trip states. It was top 10, now it's all the way down to 19. They based this study on 33 different metrics. Traffic, and it could have gotten worse in Florida, maybe that's part of it. Gas prices, number of attractions, quality of the roads, and the weather. Those are a couple things.
Okay.
Now, I can't really vouch for the traffic, gas prices. I don't know.
Gas prices.
Number of attractions is high.
High attractions.
Quality of the roads, not too bad.
No.
Not too great, depending on where you go.
You need to go to Louisiana. If you think they're bad here, you ain't seen nothing.
Yeah, those are the states like that finish, the ones you might expect.
I will take back my comments.
There's so many potholes in New Orleans. People started filling them with Mardi Gras beads because the city wasn't filling them.
Wow.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It is kind of awesome.
Festive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and vomit.
Ugh.
Got a couple things to put in there. The weather, yeah, if you're down here in the summertime and you get one of those thunderstorms, especially if you're not used to driving in it, people are just like, I can't see. How are people still driving magically on the road?
Let me put on my flashers because that's what I hear you're supposed to do. No, you're not supposed to put on your flashers.
I'm going to get into the fast lane, put on my flashers, and slow it down to 5 miles an hour.
You big dummy.
Some people, they struggle with the roads. Some people struggle.
Did you put on your flashers in the rain?
I did before in my past, and then I got judged on the air harshly, and I've stopped.
Got smacked down.
Yeah.
Yeah. They say the best states to do a summer road trip in 2019 are North Carolina, Wyoming, Minnesota, Virginia, Texas, New York, Louisiana, Oregon, Utah, and Wisconsin. That's the ones they have listed. Now, it's a summer road trip, so that's maybe why Florida is low. And, I mean, the weather's just been terrible.
It's so hot. I would not tell anybody to come here.
So, but if you're talking any other time, I think Florida's got to be top 10, if not top 5. I mean, come on. You drive to the Keys, you can't tell me there's aside from driving I think it's the 101 or Highway 1, whatever it is in California, when you're kind of driving on the coast there, it's the only road that could rival what we've got driving through the Keys. There's not a better road trip road.
I would agree with that. It's beautiful driving to the Keys.
Yeah. If you had to say what is, aside from Florida, what do you think is the best road trip state, Virginia, to drive through?
I agree with the Carolinas. I loved driving through the Carolinas because of the mountains.
Yeah.
And the change in temperature and climate. It is so beautiful. And I just love all that. That's beautiful.
Yeah. I'm not going to argue with that. I got to tell you, I think I've got the best road trip plan ever that I mapped out when the whole family drove. In fact, I want to see if anybody's got a better trip.
Okay, tell us, Clark Griswold.
All he cared about was hitting breweries, though. So those were he made his whole trip around stopping at breweries.
But they were cool towns that just so happen to have great breweries.
How many museums you go to?
0.
Would you go to
a few beer museums? Does that count?
Would you love a beer museum?
I would.
Oh, he would go.
Okay, so we left from South Florida and we went to Savannah. That was the furthest that we went. In fact, actually, we stopped in Jacksonville and they got like an old part of the downtown we went to. It was kind of cool, and we went to a brewery. And
see, brewery.
then we go to Savannah. We go to Columbia, South Carolina. Then we go to Asheville, North Carolina.
Brewery.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Brewery.
Yeah, you're right. I can't understand because I was talking to my family about this over the weekend. I'm selling it so hard, and my daughter's like going, "Yeah, it was okay one time, but I wouldn't want to do it again." I'm like, "What? How would you not want to do that again? That was the best trip ever."
Maybe because I don't like beer, Dad.
Well, learn to like it.
Yeah, you still are in charge. I
Yeah.
think you are the dad footing the bill for the family trips. You decide where you go.
Amen.
I mean, I would love to do instead of breweries, go to all these pizza places from state to state. That would
you
be
could do
fun.
that. But I think the key is, and the argument with my route is that we really didn't go further than 2.5 to 3 hours before we had another cool town to stop in. And the Southeast has got so many cool, quaint little towns to pop into.
And I'm sure that
And breweries.
those 3 hours start to get a little bit more annoying each time you leave. You want to keep traveling, I'm sure.
Yeah, by the time we stopped and we kind of chill and we'd like eat lunch and Dad would have a beer, and we'd get back on the road. You're kind of like, it kind of reset. And you're like, okay, I'm cool for another 2.5, 3 hours. So to me, that was a way to do it.
It sounds great to me. It sounds chill.
Yeah.
It sounds like the opposite of every vacation that I ever take, where we're like running from here to there and cramming this and that. And like a road trip to breweries sounds very chill and relaxed. That's probably why your kids didn't like it.
Yeah.
It sounds like an old man trip.
Oh, man.
There's got to be a beer museum.
Probably.
And there's got to be a pizza museum.
If there's not, that's
Yeah.
what you need to build.
Yeah. Well, I would argue, I think the best place to do a road trip is on the East Coast because you got a lot more places to stop. You don't have to drive as far. And I've road tripped all over the country, and you get out in the middle, and oh my gosh, like at Kansas, it's rough, Virginia.
Ugh.
Ain't nothing to do, nothing to see.
I mean, it's beer museums around the world, so there's several you can hit up.
I'm not surprised. Yeah. So you have a better path. And what would you say is the number one state, even including Florida? You think Florida's number one?
It's probably California, then Florida, then North Carolina. That's how I would rank it.
Okay, that's your rankings.
For road tripping, if you like looking out the window and seeing cool stuff,
Yeah.
that's the way I'm going.
Somebody said, how do you know you're getting old? You plan a road trip and consider it the greatest thing ever. Yeah, you're right. What have you started planning on a road trip?
Didn't your dad just get an RV, Jay Bird?
He was going to get an RV. He decided to get it's a regular car, and I think they're just driving around. Him and his girlfriend are just driving around the country, but I don't know. That could have changed.
So he's road tripping.
He's road tripping, yeah. They were heading to Texas, but I think they're going to stop at some other places.
Okay.
I think he wants to hit up Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Okay, that's close to Texas.
Think about, yeah,
Well, I mean, I think we're going to make a...
Texas or,
We're not real sure yet. Well, I think he's going to go to Pennsylvania and then go back down to Texas. That's the plan. Don't be making fun of my dad and his road
I'm
trip.
making fun of you.
How am I... He's going to drive to Pennsylvania and drive to Texas? Oh, bless your heart. I'll say it for you.
Texas can be a tough state to road trip in because
Oh.
it's flat and there's not a lot going on.
I'm not a fan of Texas. Sorry.
You're not?
My
Really?
mom lives there.
Oh, okay.
And she lives in the coolest town, San Antonio.
Okay.
I think it's really beautiful there, but everywhere
I don't know. A
else-
lot of people like where University of Texas is.
Oh, it's so flat.
Okay.
Oh, it's so dry.
They do have some good cities there. Somebody said Michigan's a great place for long country drives, and it's a good beer state. So there you go.
No love for Vermont?
No, not yet. I mean,
Damn.
maybe it is. I got a buddy who goes up there and does. They have good breweries up there, actually.
I don't know, man. For some reason, Vermont's always calling me.
Okay.
You like the maple syrup.
Go up in the summer.
Okay.
Cold in the winter.
I'll go now.
Go right now.
Here, I got you a ticket.
He can't go. He can't find his car keys.
Yeah, what's going on here? Because apparently there's a problem with the brand new KVJ station wagon.
I don't want to talk about it.
The car keys are gone?
Yeah, they're just been misplaced.
Oh, okay. They're not lost.
Well, they're lost.
Okay.
But I just don't know.
Where were they last seen? Because your dad, he left town and entrusted you with this vehicle and said, hey, you can have it. So.
Do with it what you will, kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many boxes and I've moved so many things. I know I had to move the station wagon from the old place.
Yeah.
Because he was on my ass about that. Oh, they're going to tow it. You got to move. So I ended up moving it in the middle of the rain. It was a big time storm. I'm moving it. So
it's always a struggle.
It is.
There's always a storm.
It's always calamity.
Even when there's sun out, there's
Even
always
when it's sunny,
Right.
it's a storm.
Even when it's beautiful weather, there's always a storm out.
Yeah, again, I don't do it all right, and I understand that. I've accepted that. So I was in the middle of moving. I was in the middle of the rainstorm, and the keys are either in a box somewhere or outside, or I just can't remember what the hell happened to them. I can't remember.
How many boxes do you still have left to unpack?
Anywhere between 3 and 17.
Okay.
I just don't know.
Well, they're not lost until you've unpacked every box.
Yeah, it's true.
It is getting to the point, though, where the boxes that I'm opening should not have the keys in. I'll figure it out. People get really annoyed when I talk about losing stuff. All the adults that listen.
Well, I think the good news is you can just go to the maker of the car and they can send you a replacement key.
What about the
But
store?
Saturn shut down. It's a Saturn. They don't make Saturns anymore.
It's going to be a bit of a struggle. I don't even want to talk about it.
There's barely any of them left on the road.
If there's any psychics out there, maybe they can tell me, hey, Bird, check this part of your place.
Or do we have anybody that can hotwire Saturn?
There you go.
Yeah.
I know we have some KVJ Nationers that hotwire.
Oh, no, I know. I have personal friends that can hotwire. I'm trying to avoid that, though. I don't want to hotwire my dad's car yet.
Your dad comes back, he's got touch wires to start it.
He ain't going to like that.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird look.
KVJ not only does a radio show, but also does an after-the-show podcast. Watch or listen on kvjshow.com.
We're talking about the best states to take a road trip in. Pretty much the Southeast is winning, from the Carolinas to your Tennessee and all that kind of good stuff. The place would be on the other end of the list, though, where not to go on your summer vacation. How bad of a week is the Dominican Republic having?
Oh my gosh. They were pulling some stats, and like, if you go there, you are 6 times more likely to be the victim of violent crime.
Their travel and tourism board's got to be like, we're having a bad week. It's just not good.
I can't imagine why anybody would go to the Dominican Republic right now.
They've had so many people get sick. Somebody's brother, the chick from Shark Tank, her brother died there. A bunch of parrot heads on a Jimmy Buffett cruise got sick there.
47 parrot heads all got sick.
Big Poppy just had an assassination attempt on him. And that came out with the crime stats of how bad it is for crime, top 10% in the world.
What the hell, DR?
Yeah, I mean, if I saw that like on a cruise, I'd be like, if I were browsing cruises and I saw it, I'd be like, yeah, we'll skip that one.
Stay on the boat.
Yeah. Or just not, I would pick a different cruise.
Well, and what it is, too, if you've ever shopped around for an island vacation, which I have, there's a lot of places you can go in the Caribbean.
Uh-huh.
And
Right.
Dominican Republic is one of the cheapest. So a lot of people look at it and go, oh, I can spend, $160 a night, or I can go someplace else and spend double that. Oh, I'm going to spend $160. It's the same Caribbean, right?
Gotta get Suits in here. Suits does the cruise stuff.
Suits!
What this means for the Dominican. Yeah, because I went there one time on a cruise, and I remember they had high fences going all up the hillside in the Dominican, and they were very adamant about do not go on the other side of that fence.
Suits just came back from a cruise.
Yeah, first day back.
Hey, how was your cruise?
It was a lot of fun, actually. I had a friend of mine ended up having a connection to the board of directors over at the cruise line, and they completely VIP'd the whole thing. It was incredible.
Okay.
I couldn't believe it.
Little crab leg?
Okay.
Oh, I mean, if it was on the menu, they made it for us. Like, it was everybody on the ship was. I've never seen anything like it. It It was pretty incredible. Our concierge was above and beyond, and we only had a standard cabin, so I couldn't believe it when we got a concierge.
Wow. That's why you're glowing today.
Oh, I was in a good mood from that.
Question: if they want to really make you feel VIP, don't they kick it up from a standard cabin?
Sold out ship, unfortunately. But we got all the perks. I mean, honestly, our perks are better than that of people in the owner's suite. It was unbelievable.
Oh, you're making me hungry, Suits.
It was really cool.
I love VIP suits. That is awesome.
It was a great experience.
You deserve it, baby.
Well, thank you so much.
Wow.
But yeah, talking about the Dominican Republic, yeah, there are a couple of ports. A lot of those, like Carnival is a port there. It's a private area, like you said, Kevin. It's called Amber Cove, and it's like a resort area that the cruise line built. And then if you want to venture out, that's on you.
Right.
I wouldn't venture out.
Yeah, they really stressed that. They were like, when we were there, and I think there was like some civil war or something that was going on.
That's never fun.
When we were there.
That's
They were
not
like,
cool.
yeah, we really highly recommend you not go out there.
How do you party during a civil war? All right, woo! Right out there's a civil war.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And if I remember right, too, isn't there something about when you fly over, because you've got the Dominican Republic and Haiti basically on the same island, and isn't it something where even from an aerial view, you see like one, like the vegetation's all ripped out, and the other one is lush and green? I thought there was something to that.
Yeah,
about that island.
I've seen the same pictures you talk about. Like, yeah, like it's parts of it are really bad.
Yeah, I've never flown over the Dominican Republic. I've never been in the Dominican Republic either, but Royal Caribbean has a resort that's actually in Haiti on the northern end of it, and it's just like that. It's fenced off because I went to the edge of it to get to their zip line. And
What's
when
it
you get
called?
there, Labadee.
We went there, Kevin. I think we went to Labadee because I remember I kept
it's a
saying
beautiful
it.
resort, but when you get to the edge of the island where the Royal Caribbean part ends, it's massive fences, barbed wired, armed guards to keep you from going out and people from coming in.
Yeah.
It's a little scary.
They don't play. Yeah, somebody just texted in and said, what if you find a crazy deal on a 5-star resort right now in the Dominican Republic like I did and booked? Do I cancel?
Yes.
Really?
I know.
Okay, just tell me this. Is your life worth a bargain?
That's a good slogan.
That's not the one their travel and tourism board, by the way, is going to pick up.
Is your
The
life
Dominican
worth a
Republic. Is your life worth a bargain?
Oh, I bet room rates are real low.
Oh, you get fantastic
Well, they
deals.
can't murder everybody.
You're right. It's only a 50-50 shot.
That's another tagline. The Dominican Republic. We can't murder everybody.
Trust me, if I go over there, I'm the one that's going to get it.
How many other great travel and tourism slogans can we come up with? We can't kill everybody.
Go to the Bahamas. Go someplace else. Just don't go to the Dominican Republic right now.
Ironically enough, all these cruise lines are putting money into a new port being built in the Caribbean, and it's in the Dominican Republic. It opens next year, so I'm sure they're all thrilled to see this happening. It's Puerto Plata.
The U.S. government has a travel advisory out, which I think they should raise to DEFCON 5.
Staying on the show.
Don't go. Listen to your government that wants to keep you safe. Ay, ay, ay.
Wow.
I'm a carpe diem man, so let's do it.
What?
I'm a carpe diem man.
What about your carpet?
I don't know,
You look like you're wearing a carpet.
my tongue got stuck on my tooth.
The Dominican Republic. Even our hitmen aren't that good.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, whatever happened with Big Papi? Everything I read.
Apparently, they found the guy that did it and all this kind of stuff, and it was supposed to be like a murder for hire thing. And they paid him it was like $8,000 US, and they're still trying to find out what the motive was. That's the last thing they're waiting on with that. But yeah, I think the guy was supposed to kill him. I'm like, where he shot him. I'm like, what kind of hitmen do they have there?
Were you guys getting this stuff about the cheating? Because I've read 3 articles, and I have not seen one thing about the cheating and the mistress and the drug lord.
Oh, the pictures of the mistress are hot.
So this is
That was what had come out. I think it was the Sun tabloid had that, and that's not totally reliable. That's what they ran with on day one.
Well,
and they even had photos of the girl and everything else.
I also heard it on the Dirt of the Day, Kev. That's real credible.
We believe in the Sun here at the Dirt of the Day.
Yeah.
We go scandalous
We're all
first.
still waiting to find out.
Truth second.
I was wondering, did Virginia just make all that stuff up?
No, I'll find it for you.
Yeah. Just trying to figure it out. Coming up here in just a second, somebody sent this in. Wanted to see how our native Floridian does on this test. How Florida are you?
Oh, bring it.
How Florida are you? Okay. Somebody sent this in for you to take, Jay Bird. You're the native Floridian. How Florida are you?
Love it.
Okay, we'll keep score here as I ask you these. Anybody else can try this as well, even if you are a transplant here.
The geography, little
No, it's just stuff that a lot of Florida people have experienced. It's kind of what we're talking about here. So you kind of like keep your score and you can kind of get an idea. If you're brand new, you probably maybe check off a few of these. If you check off a ton, you're like, okay, been here a while.
Hashtag goals.
Yeah. Seen an alligator in the native, not
Nailed
like
it.
in a park.
Nailed it.
Nailed it, everybody?
Yes.
Okay, in the wild, seen a gator. Okay, got it. You ever have your car covered in love bugs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Have you ever spotted a giant cockroach?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Used to work with one.
Do you love public subs?
Oh, I can't even. Yes.
He lives for them.
I just love Publix.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever spotted a manatee?
Oh, my gosh. I saw 7 in one day.
You did?
I know it sounds like I'm Florida
Okay.
bragging.
We were snorkeling with one the other day. I told you got to come snorkeling with us.
You always got to try to one-up me.
This is a debatable one, but I get it where they're going with this one. Never seen snow. That just means you never travel.
Yeah, I've seen it. But I saw it really not that long ago as an adult.
Yeah, late in life.
2 years ago, I saw snow for the first time.
Yeah, that seems like that would carry over.
Oregon snow. It was beautiful, Kev.
Have you drank at a tiki bar?
Yeah.
How about, have you been kicked out of one?
Have you drank them dry? Yes.
Have you been removed from a tiki bar?
Do you have more than or at least two pair of flip-flops?
Definitely.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, you can take that as well. Have you ever worn a sweater when it's 70 degrees outside?
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I have.
As soon as it's cold
Sweatshirt,
out, I'm like,
yeah.
oh, it's going to cover up fat. Yeah, bring it on.
Have you never had a basement in your life? Ever have a basement, house with a basement?
Never had a basement.
I figured you'd get that. Yeah, I've had one in my life. Do you love café con leche y pastelitos?
You do. If that's a Cuban coffee we turned you on to.
Oh.
It's sweet and it's like rocket
It's the
fuel.
one you drink too many of and then you get weird and you take off your shirt and then start playing with your nipples.
There's so many things I do that with, though, Kev.
That's true.
You got to be a little bit more specific.
We'll just go ahead and chalk that up. Yeah. Yeah. You are right there. You're a true Floridian, Jaybird.
Look at you.
And
There
I
you
know
go.
where nothing is.
I know where nothing is.
You're listening to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
Somebody actually texted in a pretty good one here for the Dominican Republic's Board of Travel and Tourism, and this actually might work. The Dominican Republic, you can't die in a more beautiful place. That's kind of true. I mean, if you're going to kick it, right? I mean, wouldn't you want to kick it in a lovely place like the Dominican? I mean, beautiful beaches and great water.
Looking to rest? How about rest in peace?
Yes.
That's a good one, too.
That is very good. The ultimate rest.
Nobody
So relaxing.
can give you more rest than the Dominican
You'll
Republic.
never want to wake up. It's all, life is how you spin it. That really is it. You just got to look on the bright side of life. You know what they're dealing with right now? It's tough, but yeah, you can spin it. I think it'd be hard to, troll the paparazzi because they like that. They live for that. If you're a celebrity and they're annoying you and they're taking the photos and you've seen this time and time again, the celebrities get angry with them and they yell at them and they even try to attack them, and the paparazzi loves it because that's exactly what they want.
Bieber, they got the one where his bodyguards are holding him down. and
Hold me back.
He's like,
Hold me back.
I'm going to kick your ass, man.
Meanwhile, nobody's holding him.
That's a $50,000 to $100,000 video. I mean,
Big
you're
time.
just feeding into what they want. You're not getting back at them.
There's a great documentary on Netflix about the paparazzi and what each type of video costs and what they'll get during what they'll even make money on regular people just with car accidents and fires and all kinds of stuff
all
like that.
Stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, even just, you ever seen like Ben Affleck's just walking out of a Starbucks
I watch it every time.
in regular clothes and people are like, oh my gosh, it's so great. Well, celebrities like that, when you're an A-lister, they got to deal with that kind of stuff. So how would you get back at them if you want to kind of like cut into the paparazzi and what they do and you don't believe in it? Brad Pitt has come up with a genius way to troll the paparazzi, and it's so subtle and amazing. Tell me if you can figure out why this is effective. When Brad Pitt goes out, just kind of strolling the town, he knows the paparazzi are going to be trailing behind him taking photos. He has his paparazzi outfit, the exact same clothes. He wears every single time, the exact same outfit. he looks exactly the same every single time. Why is that effective?
Because no one wants to buy the same picture.
It's the same picture, and it brings down the value because they can't prove that they're new shots.
That's awesome.
And so they tell them to the tabloids, like, going, yeah, we already got sold these. So it's like, no, these are new. He was just out yesterday. They'd be like,
same outfit, bro.
We had these 3 weeks ago. So they're not making any money on Brad Pitt photos because he wears the exact same outfit, and they can't put any timestamp on it that he's doing anything different.
That's amazing.
I mean, that's how you do it. And so they're starting to trail off and be like, there's no value there in following Brad Pitt anymore.
Subtle but brilliant.
Gosh, I'm like, how amazing is that? If you truly want to troll the paparazzi, that's the way you do it.
Oh, Brad, you're so perfect in every way.
He's amazing, isn't he?
Oh.
Gosh, and abs.
I'm more of a Clooney guy.
I like both.
Yeah, they're both. I mean,
they're both for different reasons.
And when they get together and they have a schmarmy off.
Oh gosh,
I'm clever and smart. Yeah, I'm clever and smug. No, I'm clever and smug.
I totally know what you mean by that.
I'm clever and smug. I'm not going to say anything at all and still be funny and charming.
That's all their dialogue is in Ocean's 11. They're just so
subtle, clever, charming, schmarmy. Yeah, look at me. Yeah.
So quippy.
I can just give a wink to the camera and people are like, oh, it's so adorable. It's
panty
cute.
drop.
Oh, it's funny, yeah.
You get a night with one, Clooney or Pitt.
Oh my god.
Panda allows it.
Panda allows it? No.
He actually joins in.
Okay.
Actually, you can't get him off of Clooney.
I think I let Panda pick.
Hey guys, I'm here too. All right, Jaybird, what's our thought here for the day?
You may not get it right away, but let it marinate. If you've never eaten while crying, you don't know what life tastes like. Think about it. Think about it.
How long do I got to think?
Go to commercial. Or keep going. Make it awkward.
I'm thinking, but I still don't get it.
Well, then,
we'll be here a while.
How's that different than yesterday? You didn't get it yesterday either.
Look at you listening to the KVJ show on 97.9 WRMF. Lucky.